On this edition of Maury County Now, find out what's new at the Maury County CVB in the Southern Fried Festival. Tennessee Home Garden and Design trims the hedges at Riverbend. Adam Southern finishes up with part 3 of his series on local Civil War battles. And get ready to get wet with your four-legged friends at the Wellness and Aquatics Complex. All this and more on this edition of Maury County Now. Hello, and welcome to Maury County Now, Columbia and Maury County's news show covering the events, ideas, groups, and happenings in and around Maury County. It's that time of year and the smell of fried food will soon fill the air in downtown Columbia. Here's Erin Jaggers, new director of the Maury County Visitors and Conventions Bureau, about what's new this year.
Hi, my name is Erin Jaggers and I'm the director of the Visitors Bureau here in Maury County, and I'm here to talk about Southern Fried Festival. It will be on the 26th and 27th of September of this month. Gates will open at 5 p.m. on Friday, as well as Saturday. They will open at 10 a.m. We have some great acts again this year at the Southern Fried. On Friday night we have Dixie Crossing, the Redhead Express, and Graskels. On Saturday we'll have Kevin Sport, and then we have a great band that is an Eagles tribute band called On the Border. On Friday, we'll have the Scarecrow Festival on the square. We will also have the marketplace this year that has commercial vendors. We have arts and crafts booths. New to this year would be the Bluegrass Bus Museum, and it'll have Johnny Cash memorabilia. We have a crowd favorite again this year, Barney Fife, and he'll be able to take photo ops in the crowd. We also have the Kids Zone, and it's bigger and better this year. It is free to the children. We have a kazooie band. We have balloon crafts. Lowe's will be coming to do DIY projects. We have face and pumpkin painting this year, and we have inflatables. The festival brings visitors from all over, and it gives them a chance to see what Maury County is all about, and we hope that they'll come back and enjoy the great things we have to offer. The Maury County Convention and Visitors Bureau helps bring tourism into Maury County. We are planning new and exciting things this year, from adventure tourism to the historic homes, and we look forward to great things ahead. We have a website, southernfriedfestival.com, as well as you can go to the Visitor Center through Maury County Government website or www.antebellumhomes. And you're welcome at any time to call our office at 375-4101.
Don't let shrubbery choices get you down. Kyle's back at Riverbend with all you need to know about this particular flora on this edition of Tennessee Home Garden and Design.
Hi, I'm Kyle Bratton with Rocky Top Outdoors. Welcome to this edition of Tennessee Home Garden and Design. Is your landscaping looking drab? Shrubs can add color and dimension to any landscape. Steve Bennett with Riverbend Nurseries is here to tell us how to make your landscaping pop.
Hi, I'm Steve Bennett, manager Riverbend Nurseries in Thompson Station, Tennessee. We're here today to talk about shrubs. We've been growing shrubs for about 18 years. We have hundreds of varieties, deciduous shrubs, evergreen shrubs, shrubs with big leaves, small leaves, whatever. But we can definitely help you make choices on what you need, from sun tolerant to shade, some that need wet feet, some that will tolerate dry soils, whatever. As you can see behind me, we have all kinds of flowering shrubs. We try to stay on the cutting edge with different varieties. Proven Winners is one that's very popular right now, and they have a lot of different varieties that are proven to be well established in many locations around your yard, whether it be sun or shade or whatever. There are hydrangeas now that are ever blooming. They don't just bloom one time, but they'll keep blooming all year, which is really, they're called a Rhamotnan variety. You can kill a shrub two ways, either overwatering or underwatering. If you underwater it, you'll know immediately. If you overwater it, it takes sometimes several months. But a lot of times people will plant a shrub too close together. They want it to look good now, but in 3 years it's gonna be a mess. They can plant them too close to the foundation of their house, which can be destructive later on also. Plant them too close to air conditioners. Closeness is a big problem, honestly, but everybody wants their house to look good right then. But you got to think into the future 3 or 4 years typically. on what you really want it to look like. Come by anytime. Our retail locations at 2008 Lewisburg Pike, Franklin, Tennessee. Our wholesale operation is 2850 East Thompson Station Road, 615-468-2008 or riverbendnurseries.com on the web and get all this information.
If you have any questions about what you've seen today, go to my website, RockyTopOutdoors.com, or give me a call, 615-392-0751. I'm Kyle. We'll see you next time.
We'll be back with more Maury County Now after this.
Preventing wildfires. That's all Smokey wants for his 70th birthday.
We're back with more Maury County Now on PowerNet 13.
Adam is finishing up the fight strong on part 3 of the lead up to the battles of Spring Hill, Franklin, and Nashville, only on this edition of Historic Maury County.
Hello, I'm Adam Southern, and this is another edition of Historic Maury County. And today we will conclude our series on Hood's ill-fated Tennessee campaign. When we last left the segment, Hood had the Yankee Army under General Schofield backed up on the banks of the Duck River here in Columbia. And they thought a big battle was coming the next day, but Hood's idea was to swing around and find a better place to cross the Duck River and then trap Schofield's army in between Columbia and Spring Hill. And it almost worked. General Forrest went out and did some scouting, found the best place to cross was at a place called Davis Ford, which is east of Columbia. And you can see a historical marker on Highway 50 a few miles out of town for it today. And that's where General Forrest crossed his army. And he told the infantry this would be the best place for you to cross. They start building pontoons and everything to get the army across faster, and they start heading their way north. Well, in that time, Schofield had moved his army out of Columbia, but he sent his supply train out first. And Hood gets about that close to getting that supply train, but he just couldn't do it. And the two armies really meet at Spring Hill, Tennessee. And this is where a lot of historians question Hood's ability to lead at Spring Hill, because with the fighting, it starts around dusk, and you know, when it's dark, you really can't really fight a battle. And these men were trying to figure out what's going on, and the main thing was to cut the Columbia Pike so the Union Army couldn't get by. They never did it. So in the night, after the fighting had subsided, the two armies are in their respective camps. The Union Army's like, well, nobody ever cut the Columbia Pike. Let's go on up to Franklin and try to get away from this army. And they get on it. Nobody ever notices, or at least General Hood never did anything about it. Some say that some army skirmishers went back and told Hood, hey, the Union Army's moving, and he did nothing. That's all speculative. But it really, as I said, they questioned his ability to lead because no one cut that Columbia Pike. Well, the Union Army successfully gets away, and the next morning they say Hood was wrathy as a rattlesnake, and they had a breakfast at Rippavilla where he pretty much chews out his officers and says, we're going to get the enemy, we're going to attack them. Hood and his army get on the road, and they find the Union Army at Franklin. And they had been there for a while, and they had dug some great trenches, some great earthworks. They were well fortified. And it takes a lot to decide we're going to attack this fortified city, but Hood thought this is our only chance, we're going to take it, and he sends his army in a full frontal assault at these earthworks at Franklin, and his army is decimated. Several of his generals, colonels, his higher-ups get killed leading this charge, and not to mention all the men that are killed. And they finally retreat back, but the fighting had been so bad it was hand to hand. This was probably some of the closest contact these soldiers had ever fought during the war, fighting hand to hand in a small confined area. And they say that when the battle was over and the Confederate Army had retreated, there were so many men laying there dead that you could just walk across the ground body to body and never touch the ground. Devastated. This whole town would take years to recover from this battle. But Hood and his men, they regroup. The next morning they wake up, the Union Army's gone. Hood thinks, yeah, we won a great victory. So he moves to Nashville and he wants to continue this campaign of his to capture Nashville and move north. Well, he gets to Nashville, and December 15th, 16th, they finally fight a battle there. And the end result was that Hood's army was wiped out. It was no longer an effective fighting force, and they retreat. And it takes a whole lot to get his army on the move south in an organized manner, because these men have been demoralized. And as they make their way through Columbia, one lady said that they were the worst looking and demoralized bunch of men she had ever seen in her life. And it was just by the grace of God and General Nathan Bedford Forrest that they weren't all captured, because he was working the rear guard from Columbia to the state line of Alabama. He kept the Union Army off their backs. If he hadn't have been there, the whole army would have probably been captured before they ever reached Alabama. But they finally get away, cross the Tennessee River again. All of this ended Hood's ill-fated Tennessee campaign. Now, if you want to find out more information, please come see me at the library. We have several history books that you can look through, and no telling how many other resources that you can use. So come see me at the library. Thank you.
Most people try to keep their dog out of the pool, but the Wellness and Aquatics Complex is encouraging it. We spoke to LINDSEY Howell, Program Director at the WAC, and Mary Ruth Rogers with Russell Rescue about the tail wagging good time, Doggie Dive.
Hi, I'm LINDSEY Howell, the Program Director at the Wellness and Aquatics Complex, and today I want to tell you about a really exciting event we're going to have on October 4th. It's called the Doggie Dive, and it's to benefit Russell Rescue. It will be on Saturday, October 4th from 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. So this event started with Russell Rescue contacted us, since we have an outdoor pool, because there's other events in Middle Tennessee where dogs get to swim outside with their people and they get to have fun in the water. So we wanted to provide that opportunity for fundraising to support Russell Rescue and a fun event at our outdoor pool, since we're the only facility in Maury County that has the ability to do this.
Hi, I'm Mary Ruth Rogers with Russell Rescue. We're an organization that rescues unwanted, uncared for, and abused pets, primarily Jack Russells. Russell Rescue was founded approximately 10 years ago when we noticed at shelters that one of the dogs that didn't do well were Jack Russells. They're so intelligent that sometimes they outsmart everybody and they end up there, not by choice, but by necessity. They need a particular home, and we thought we could help them find them. Doggie Dive is one of those wonderful events where we can actually raise funds, but somebody can participate by coming, bringing their dogs and having a fun time doing it. So for a very low fee, you can help us save more lives, but you can also have a great time doing it. All the dogs have to have proof of rabies. Tag, a current rabies certificate, something so we know that they've had their rabies shot, and that's for our safety as well as the dog's safety. We want dogs that are engaging, that are happy, that like to be in the pool, in the water, maybe just want to sit by and sunbathe. They can bring their bikinis and lay in the chairs, we don't care. But we want them here to have a good time and want their owners to participate too. I want to say this is one of the wonderful times where organizations have joined together to try to save lives, and we couldn't do it without the Wellness and Aquatics Center. There's not anybody I know that would let us come to their backyard and bring potentially 100 to 300 dogs and say jump in. Well, Russell Rescue has a Facebook page. Also, our Doggie Dive has a Facebook page. You can look on both and see the dogs we have for adoption. We also have several adoption sites, Pet Finder, Adopt a Pet. Actually, they are on Amazon.com now, and there's probably 20 sites you can find. But if you will Google Russell Rescue Columbia, Tennessee, you can find us everywhere.
For more information about the Doggie Dive, you can call us at 931-548-2420, or you can go to our Facebook page.
To find out more information about any of the stories you've seen on this edition of Maury County Now, check out our website at maurycountynow.com and look in the show notes for more details. Maury County Now is produced by Columbia TNTV. Thanks for watching Maury County Now, and we'll see you next time.